Hey, life groups, this last weekend we really did, I think, dive deep into something that is often really invisible to us, which is the voice of our adversary, the voice of the enemy, Satan himself. He really always is at work trying to mix up God's standards with what we want to do, and also getting us to do the broken things that humanity we do. We hide and we blame, and I wanted to illuminate that stuff because we literally are probably doing it a whole lot more because of the proximity we have. So this last week we talked about those very first words that Satan speaks in all of Scripture. Did God really say? And then we also talked about the contradiction that he introduces. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it really that bad? Is it really that big of a deal? Talk through some of those things. Are there any areas of slippage that's happening in your heart where like, not that big of a deal? I know there are in mine. It's very convicting to look into the Scripture and be like, man, where have I began to either hide and isolate from my own broken behavior, or blame and say, well, the only reason I'm really doing this is because they did that. And if they would stop doing that, I wouldn't be like this. And reality is that's our humanity's way of dealing with our own disconnect from our own sinful behavior. Let's talk about that openly. Let's talk about that honestly this next week. And let's also talk all about this idea. Hey, how are we hiding and blaming? How are we shaping the people around us? Are we introducing the light? Are we speaking life, speaking light? Or are we really allowing for this broken, dark kind of thing to take place when we deal with our own broken behavior? Is it just making excuses, blaming other people, hiding it, isolating it so no one can call us out? Because that is behavior that will keep us trapped to the voice and the power of Satan's work in our life. And we want freedom for you. We don't want you to live in that trap or in that lifestyle, because that's not a free life. And we as Christians want to live free of the power of death and the power of sin. And it has a power, and it can only be broken through the daily submission to the things that God says to us. So I want to speak light, I want to speak life, I want to speak honesty, and I want you guys to be able to explore what do these things look like for us as a community and as a life group tonight. I love you guys so much. May God use this time to change you, to set you free, and to make you more like Him. Good night.